Hi and welcome to the SLR Digital Photography course. I'm Stephen Riley and I'll be your host and guide as we explore the amazing world of digital photography. This course is designed to give you the confidence to be able to shoot at a professional level, whether you're shooting weddings, babies, portraits or landscapes. In this course we cover the fundamentals of digital photography, including a hands-on approach of the different settings on your camera. We'll also give you the different tricks that professionals use to make sure they always have that perfect shot. So let's get started, shall we? Firstly, I'd like to outline what are the fundamentals that make up a great shot. You'll be able to follow through with me in the course as we explain how you can achieve each one of these fundamentals and in turn improve your photos dramatically. Note carefully, professional photographers always make a lot of mistakes, even the most celebrated photographers. You only get to see these amazing shots in their portfolio, but be sure there are loads of mistakes to get that perfect shot. If you aren't making mistakes, then you're not pushing yourself. So push yourself with your shots. It doesn't matter if it turns out bad, just delete it. A great shot is made up of 50% composition and 50% knowledge on how to use a camera, and on some occasions, a good stroke of luck. The following advice will help you improve your percentage of usable shots. Instead of getting 2 to 3 good ones out of 30 to 40 shots, you'll be looking at 50% or higher strike rate. Firstly, avoid camera shake. This is the single biggest problem in getting quality shots and it cannot be fixed afterwards in a photo editing program. Secondly, learn to compose your picture properly using rules like the rule of thirds and isolating the subject to make it clear. Even in a landscape scene, a good photographer draws our eye into a specific part of the photo. Also learn to introduce structure through your shots through using leading lines and depth of field. Learn to expose your picture properly. We'll teach you the tricks of the pros using exposure compensation and exposure bracketing to avoid under or overexposed photos. It's like a professional's ace in a poker match. You've got to learn to frame your picture properly. Would it look better as a horizontal or vertical shot? Did I fill up the frame with the subject? You've got to get in close and fill up the frame. Also, check that unwanted items are not in the shot. Could it be improved by cropping? Try to shoot with a tripod or monopod where possible. You've got to learn to use focus lock and always use the highest resolution and highest quality settings. Remember, we don't pay to process our shots and buying an extra memory card won't break the bank. It seems like a lot of things to think about before you press a button, but these things will quickly become second nature to you. If you stick to these fundamentals, you'll be able to deliver great photos in a range of difficult situations. One of the best ways to avoid camera shake is with a good sturdy tripod. A professional almost always shoots with one. If you're shooting sports, a good choice to reduce camera shake is with a monopod. It's easy to pan on moving subjects and it's light and portable. A good tool for travellers is the GorillaPod. It's excellent for holding your camera in creative angles and molds onto just about anything. I even use my GorillaPod for holding my off-camera flash. Next step is to try to remove yourself away from the camera with a shutter release. It's a simple, affordable solution. The release attaches onto the side of your camera. You can upgrade to a shutter release and timer combined, and you can use this for time-lapse photography. They are a little bit more expensive. The only problem with these is that you're still connected to the camera, so there is a chance of camera shake. So instead, you can use remote control. You are completely removed from the camera, which guarantees a steady shot. If all else fails, you can use the timer on the back of your camera. You just set it, step backwards, and the shot is taken without camera shake. Another way to reduce camera shake is with one of these, a simple beanbag. You place it on the surface, you get your camera and you mold it through into the beans and you can get some great angles here and it's there, rock solid. So there you go, look at the angles you can get here from this. And there you go, it's molded in and it's very solid. Another simple way to look at reducing camera shake is to actually look at the way that you're taking the photograph. A lot of people get a really good shot and then as they're about to take the photo, they sort of jab away really hard and that causes camera shake as you're pushing through like this. A simple way to reduce that is to control your breathing. So you breathe in deeply as you're about to take the photo, and then you exhale slowly and squeeze the trigger. There you go. So you breathe in, focus, slowly exhale and press the button. So there you go. If camera shake causes 90% of our problems in our images, there are a number of great ways there to avoid it. Holding your camera properly is one of the easiest ways to reduce camera shake, and many people seem to get it wrong. It's just quite simple. You get your strap, wrap it around twice like this, which gives you a grip through here. Place a hand here, make yourself almost like a human tripod, where you've got one section here, another section of the tripod here. Bring your arms in, place your hand underneath your lens, breathe in. As you're exhaling, take the shot. Some of the best long exposures I've done at night have been handheld without a tripod. You get to a really nice scene, you're there with your camera, you don't have a tripod, so what do? I'll show you this quick, easy method where you can get 5 to 10 second exposures at night without a tripod. First of all, you've got to find yourself something to lean or push against. For example, this tree. You get through, push yourself across, get yourself in position, and there you go. You can do a 5-second exposure, handheld, straight away there. Find yourself something solid, get a few points of contact in, and there we go. Easy 5-second exposure, handheld. Not all that much really to get hold of, it's just a tree here. So you get your body through in your lens, lock it in, 5-second exposure, handheld. No tripod, no problem at all. A good general rule to avoid camera shake is to shoot at a speed higher than your camera lens. For example, this lens here is a 50mm lens. This means you'll need to shoot at a speed above 1/50th of a second to avoid camera shake. The longer the lens, the more it magnifies camera shake. Here with this 30mm lens, I could get away with shooting above 1/30th of a second. But if I move here to this 100mm lens, I'll need to increase the speed to over 1/100th of a second. So remember, always shoot above the speed of the lens that you're shooting with. With cameras just getting better and better, one of the biggest differences between a normal photo and a work of art is your composition. One of the first rules to learn is the rule of thirds. This dates back thousands of years and is sometimes referred to as the golden section. In your viewfinder, draw 2 horizontal lines and 2 vertical lines. Most cameras have this grid inbuilt into their camera and you only need to switch it on. Firstly, look at your horizontal lines. Having your horizon in the middle of the shot looks boring, but placing it a third up or a third down is preferred and improves your composition dramatically. Then look at your verticals. Instead of having the subject in the middle of the frame, try moving the subject to the left third or to the right third. This is the basis of the rule of thirds. The trick is to place your subject along the intersection of the lines. Most beginners start by placing the subject smack bang in the middle of the frame. Try to start using the rule of thirds and you'll see your photos are instantly much better.